Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now I've been trying to do this video for a minute now, but I had to just listen to a few things I was saying, so I ended up deleting the video because again I didn't want to come off so straightforward and brash about certain things. But anyways, let's get into this one. So I will be inserting some clips that I did previously into this video, just for for more context and more details about some of the stuff I was describing. But I'll just talk about a few of the things here. So this is now my 2.4 R2. I've reprinted all the parts. No one has reached out to me for the previous 2.4 parts that I had, so I threw them all away. I wish someone had reached out. I know some people are interested, but I hate to just print parts and throw them away. But oh well, it is what it is. No one reached out all the way, so I just threw them away. So it's not a big deal. So everything you see on here is reprinted. Reprinted from scratch. So all the V2.4 files, that includes all the R2 parts, that includes the skirts, the idlers, the back motor mounts, everything. Now in this one I decided to go with the umbilical, just removing the how should I put it, the drag chain from the Y-axis and the X-axis. They were kind of cumbersome, I'm not gonna lie. If they're not neat to me, they just look cumbersome. And so with the umbilical setup, I really like it better. I wish I'd kept my Y. So what I did was I'm still using the same IGUS cable chain. However, I cut the sleeve. I wish I didn't now, because I thought cutting the sleeve, I didn't want it to become, because the sleeve can kind of make the wire a little stiff, and even though there's room, I just didn't want it to hit on things. But cutting the sleeve, I kind of regret it now, because I had to take some electrical tape to kind of stiffen the wires a little bit, because you can see they're sagging just a little bit. Not enough to cause any issues, but before I did that, it was sagging all the way to cause issues, So in a way, I'm kind of like regretting not leaving the sleeve on there. Maybe in future I might redo the wiring, but for now it's there's some rigidity to it, where it's not sagging all the way from the heat and everything on the inside, to not touch anything and cause a problem. So I'm okay there. As you can see, it's printing really well right now. Right now I have it nicely dialed in at about 9K acceleration everywhere, 20K on travel at 700mm. This is 200mm print speed everywhere. So it's pretty quick for what it is. Could I tune it to go faster? I probably could, but I'm okay with it. I mean, it's doing your typical Voron speed of between 10, 12K, 200 to 300mm a second print speed. So I'm not really losing sleep over not pushing it any further, but I can say it's pretty smooth. It's running really well. As you can see, that I got clipper screen going. I can say the T95 mini box that I'm using in here is running great. Again, it's it's an ARM A53 quad core. They're pretty common. They come with different various names and whatnot. It's plenty enough to handle clipper. I'm using 2 SKR Picos in here instead of one board. I didn't want to go out and buy a like a octopus board, because those are being used. One of them actually got burnt up here because of my stupidity. So now I have to end up using 2 Physik cheetah boards, spear cheetah board I bought a while back for my ERFC project, and I had to throw those in there as emergency, because I didn't want to go out and buy any more boards. And so I had a ton of Picos that I got that I ordered a bunch of them from BQ, because they're $25 a pop. So I bought a whole bunch of Picos. So I have a ton of Pico boards, and I like the fact that they're easy to flash too, super easy to flash. So I have a bunch of SKR Picos. So I threw both of them in here, and they're running good. Like, it's awesome. However, I realized there's some limiting factors with the Pico. I'm not sure if it's a processor or what, but when I try to push this, like this can go up to 14K acceleration easy, but anytime I try to push it that fast, for some reason it will shut down and say the timer too close, Z board timer is too close. It's very weird. So I'm not sure if the board, if the SKR Pico is a limiting factor here, or something I'm doing that's causing it to shut down in the middle of a print. So to prevent that, I dialed it back a little bit to 9K acceleration, and it's been running ever since, no problem. So I'm not sure. Clipper's been doing that lately. I'm not sure if it's just the update, something in the background, but I remember back in the day this was never an issue. Now lately, as soon as you want to push the printer, it's giving out this weird error. But I can say the T5 mini box is freaking awesome. Definitely worth it for 28 bucks. Like I said, all I needed was a USB adapter, you know, in terms of to get me extra ports on there, since it only had one USB 3 and one USB 2, and yeah, it's working great, so no issues there. Yeah, and then I like these new bed mounts. I like this mod. It's definitely worth it. I can tell you guys now, going to this mod, it's so worth it to do this mod. Wow, what can I say? It's working phenomenally. Like, I just leave my printer there for a good 30 minutes now, and the whole thing is like a hot box, like a massive, it gets just as hot as my as these two here. This is my V1.8 and my and my Trident. So it gets just as hot on the inside, which I'm kind of impressed by with these fans doing its thing. So I'm happy about that the fans actually keep in the chamber pretty hot. And so yeah, it's been working great ever since that. So I like this mod, I really do. Definitely worth it for those who are struggling with their V2 or R2 just not heating up, or the hot air is just in the center stagnant, in the center of the build plate just stagnant. This is a worthy mod, like absolutely worthy mod to have. So as you can see, I got my tablet going with a clipper screen. I really need to do a tutorial on that, you know, but sometimes I get confused, but I think I've finally figured out how to get it working. I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm actually using USB to get this working, so I'll actually get that, you know, get a tutorial going out. But make sure with this type of using the tablet for clipper screen, make sure you have an OTG cable. Make sure it's a data cable, because if it's not a data cable, it won't work. So just make sure of that. But yeah, other than that, I'm using glass, as you can see, nicely cut glass, so it's super clear. The fogging you're seeing, like this fogginess you're seeing, this is actually this actually goes to show that it's actually doing a wonderful job of trapping the moisture and all that VOCs from the ABS. So it's doing a great job of doing that. Plus I got a filter over there, so I'm not worried about, you know, having VOCs roaming all over the place. So I really don't need like any of those weird filter things that people put in their computer, in their printer. I think that's just overkill. In my opinion, it's also unnecessary, but hey. But the bed fan mods is definitely definitely the way to go to heat this sucker up really quickly. Umbilical mod is a must. Love it. I'm all gonna vouch for it. It's great. It just you can't believe how much it just makes everything look much cleaner without the, you know, without the drag train on the Y and the Z axis. I didn't choose to go with any CAN bus option. I'm not sold into CAN bus all the way, guys, to be honest with you, just because I know standard wiring to me works. You know what I'm saying? Like I hook it up. That's one less thing to worry about flashing or messing with. You know, it's just one less failure point. You know, yes, I'm running 2 boards, but I don't want to run 3 MCUs. You know what I'm saying? Like I rather just avoid all of that together. It's already a pain in the ass to set up 2 of them. So to add a CAN bus to that, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being lazy and not want to jump into the hype train of a CAN bus, but just standard wiring for me works really well. I don't need to worry about it. And again, these are IGOS cable, they're quality cables, so I'm not worried about anything going wrong with these things. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of highlight that, guys, that everything is working like I thought. I love, like I said, I love these Annex Engineering panel cable thingies, panel clips These things are freaking awesome. I mean, love it. All I gotta do is just turn this thing, turn it all, it pops right off. I can do what I gotta do and do the same thing and put it back on. These are my new go-to. As you can see, they're all installed on my printers now, because I love the ease of use with these things. Just super easy. So these are my new go-to from now on to do glass. Same thing, as you can see, I only print out a few for the glass in the front. So when I want to take it off, I just pop these, turn them, remove the glass, do what I got to do, and put them back on. Done. So super easy there. So yeah, but I just wanted to show you guys that the V2 is running. And as far as the Joker theme go, listen, I watched Nero's video. You'll be surprised how much people take purple and turn it into Joker. Honestly, I wanted to do Hulk, but I remember when I was doing that live stream last year, you guys were mentioning Joker too. So I'm gonna just go out and say I'm probably the first Joker out there on YouTube. All right, maybe not the first Joker made printer, but the first Joker to put it on YouTube. So I'm claiming that title. It's a nice theme, but you know, you got to do it right too. So as you can see, if you look at my setup, everything matches. There's a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of purple. Everything matches in my build. As far as the rest of the Jokers I've seen, they're okay. I'm just gonna call mine the best I've seen so far in terms of graphics and everything, and then just make it represent as a Joker theme. So that's just my bias speaking. But yeah, so Joker themes are not bad, man. But you know, now that he kind of harped on it a bit, Nero, I'm thinking about doing something else, but we'll see. When I update it again, I'll probably do another theme and kind of avoid the Joker theme altogether. But yeah, but it's done. So I'm gonna insert those previous clips that I want to show for just a little bit more detail. And yeah, one more thing before I go. Here we go. So as you can see, I've been starting to print parts for the Annex K3. As you can see, this whole stack of stuff is all for the K3. I got the paneling kit from Pico, so I don't have to cut my own panels. So the whole paneling kit is there, including all the aluminum stuff, everything for the paneling for the enclosure of the K3. As you can see, I'm going to be using the Dragon, the new Dragon. Let me show you. I'm not sure if I showed it in the previous video, but I'll be using the 2022 Dragon Ultra High Flow, basically using a volcano block there. And yeah, so I'm going to be using that with this setup, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, but so pretty much everything is here. I'm still waiting for a few parts. I want to make sure I have everything at my disposal. As you can see, I have pretty much some few more parts to get, like some little knickknacks that I'm looking for specifically. So once I get those, then I'll do it. Now here's the thing, guys, I'm asking for you encouragement here. Live stream is not my greatest suit, honestly, because this is a new build to me and I want to focus on it. If I don't talk a lot on the stream, guys, please don't get bored. You know, I'm still here debating whether I want to do live stream or just do a video series, man, because live stream is hard to entertain folks when you're focused on trying to get the printer going. You know, Nero makes it look easy. All right, Steve builds make it look easy. Me, I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to entertain, but like I said, I'll just give this a go. I'll give it a go. I'm not gonna back out now. I'll give it a first go, and based on how it goes, then I can decide whether to keep going. But if not, man, I might turn it into a video series where I'm a little bit more comfortable, doing things and more focusing on what I'm doing versus, you know, entertaining and then trying to focus at the same time. So, but I know you guys know my dilemma here. So just again, encourage me, guys. I'm asking you guys for encouragement, so that way it's more comfortable for me to do a live stream. Because remember, those live stream last year, even though they were fun, man, I was a nerve wreck. I was nervous as hell doing that. So yeah, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna insert these two little clips and then I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Peace. I'll turn it over, guys. One more thing I almost forgot. And so I'm also using the USB 2.0 port here the 3.0 port is right here, but the 2.0 port here is powering this this tablet, and it's running, as you can see, it's running Clipper screen on here. So I have it working with Clipper screen via USB. I really need to do a tutorial on that, but it's so confusing sometimes, guys. I mean, I've done it a couple of times and I still don't know how I get it to work, but I'll try my best to do a tutorial on that so you guys can use Clipper screen with a tablet. It's really cool setup. So yeah, so guys, I think this is the neatest I've ever done this. To me, it looks like a rat's nest, but it's the neatest I've seen it without having any type of like quick connectors or whatever people put to make their thing look neat. I really don't care about all that fancy gizmo. I just want to wire it up and I know it's going to work and it's not going to burn the place down. So that's the main thing. Yeah, so I just want to show you guys that. All right, guys, so now that I have the glass panels all in, the printer is pretty heavy and solid. Just wanted to show you guys that input shaper is running. Now, I don't physically attach it. I just use some strong Gorilla sticky tape to hold it in place. It works pretty well, so that's the method I'm going with. As you can see, it's doing input shaper via the Raspberry Pi hooked to that USB I told you about. So this is proof that it actually can do the the input shaper through USB. As you can see, pretty easy setup. Love it. So far it's doing the input shaper, as you can see here. It's doing it perfectly fine. Like I said, it's a quad core. It has more than enough oomph to get it done. Now the only difference I noticed is that when it comes to the calculation, it takes a little bit to process the calculation, not long, but I can see it, it says waiting for calculation, but outside of that, it does the input shaper stuff perfectly fine. More than enough power to run everything. Like I said, yes, this is my Joker theme build. Remember, people copy me. However, it's, as you can see, I went umbilical. Much cleaner, nicer setup without the drag chains. It really does make the printer look a lot better. So now this is officially the Voron 2.4 R2 build updated. Now I have the bed fans in place, so that way it kind of help heat it up a little bit, because like I said, with this design, for me at least, it takes a while to heat up the whole volume of the build. So some people are saying it's 20 minutes. I don't believe them. That's just my personal opinion. Based on my experience, it doesn't work, you know. So with the bed fans, hopefully should just blow that air across the underneath the bottom of the bed, circulate the air really nicely, and that should warm up everything pretty quickly versus just sitting there waiting. And yeah, so I'm using glass panel because they're thicker. Not just thicker, they're heavier. They had some weight and rigidity to the whole frame, so I noticed the input shaper results are much better that way. But yeah, and as you can see, I have Clipper screen working with my tablet here. New tablet mount. It just looks so much cleaner in the front. So yeah, looks so much nicer, guys. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. Look really good. Cell burner, CW2. As you notice, guys, I really don't change from the method. I stick with the standard setup. I like the CW2. It works really well for me. I get very pretty prints out of it. I know people do LGX Lite, but honestly, guys, I will never try those things. No need. I'm a cheap person. I'm all about cheap and what works. Again, if you assemble the Clockwork 2 properly, you will have no issues. A lot of people run into issue because they don't know what the hell they're doing, and then they go to buy the expensive extruders. Not that expensive extruders don't work. It seemed like they work really well, but for me, I'm sticking with the cheap stuff, and the cheap stuff works. Like I always do on this channel. I try to go the opposite route from everybody else. And like I said, guys, I do not like to jump on bandwagons, so you never see me jump on anything new. I just like a certain aesthetic of 3D printing, and I'm gonna stick with that. So yeah, but it's working. Just want to show you it's working. It's up. Didn't take me long to build. Took me about a week to really grind down, sit down, and get it going and get it built. Like I said, I'm not going to stop bragging about these Onyx engineering clips. These things are so awesome. They hold things in place, and if I really need to If I really need to get them off, I just twist these key things and boom, the whole glass come off, no problem. Really like this setup, guys. The front panel is right here, and I also have clips that sits in place, sits in this groove, and I put the clips in place, and that's what hold the front panel on. So much, I don't know, man, something about glass on a printer, it's just so much cleaner. Anyways, yes, Joker is up and running again. It's working, doing some input shaper. I'm gonna do some test prints, hoping for some 12K, 14K acceleration. We'll see. That's plenty enough for me. I'm not trying to win any speed benchy wars. I just want my printer to print out Voron speeds, and Voron speed to me is between 10 to 12K, you know, 200-300 millimeters print speed. That's plenty. I don't need to, like I said, I don't need to go crazy. It's just gonna print parts and print them fast and clean. So yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to update you guys that the build is done. Just a quick video to show you that the cheap Android TV box does works phenomenally well. Again, as you can see, everything is working except the camera. I haven't put a camera on it yet, but that's the next goal, is to find a nice camera that can be routed and mounted neatly where it's not obstructing anything. And then yeah, and then I'm pretty sure I can get the camera working. So also shout out to the I don't know your name exactly, I really need to look at your name, but there was a commenter in the comments letting me know he was giving me feedback on the OS and the Android box, and I guess the Wi-Fi wasn't working, but he did find a different version of Linux that actually made the Wi-Fi work on the actual box. But I didn't go the Wi-Fi route on the box. I decided to go straight direct Ethernet, but you know, that was my plan. All my printers are Ethernet. I prefer the Ethernet way, but Wi-Fi is also convenient if you need it. So hopefully if you watch my video, buddy, if you can post that link in the comment, or post how you got the Wi-Fi working with the Android, the T95 mini Android box, let me know. That'd be great to share with the community so we can get that working. But like I said, 28 bucks, and it's working with Clipper, Mainsail, Moonraker, Clicky Probe, everything. You can't beat that for $28, guys. You can't beat that for 28 bucks. So again, the only thing I noticed, it runs a little warmer than I would like. I see the processor all the way up to about 80C, but I'm pretty sure once I'm printing something and the bed fan kicks in, these two bed fan kicks in, it will cool it down, and it won't run like that. But when it's idle, it kind of hits up there in some temperatures, but nothing to cause it, nothing to shut down, nothing to cause an issue. Just not comfortable with that type of temperature. But if that's the only negative, then that's not bad at all. For $28, a Raspberry Pi alternative that does exact the same thing as a Raspberry Pi 4. Again, can't beat that. So just want to highlight that it's all working. I'm gonna show. Also, I opted to use sensorless ohming here to reduce the wire. So sensorless ohming on the Y, and it homes very nicely. So I'll show you guys here that sensorless ohming does work. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off because I'm kind of done with it for now. No need to have it on here. So let you see it ohm, so you guys can see that it does work here. Ohm all. There we go. Sensorless ohming on the X and regular end stop on the Y. And there we go. And hit the Z end stop switch. There we go. Done. That's it. I have my nozzle brush over there and my Clicky Probe posted back here, and it does work really well. If I go to action and I do if I go to homing and I click on quad gantry level, so if you guys can see that, if I hit it, it go ahead and pick up the probe. That's it. And then it does this quad gantry leveling. So it's working good. It's working good. So I'm really happy with where it is. There's some improvement to be made, honestly, because this back piece right here, it's the older version of the holder, and it hits the jack train back here when it's doing the homing, and sometimes it can throw off the sensorless homing. So I need to work on that back piece there in order to reduce it. But outside of that, everything else, it works perfectly fine. So I'm happy with the outcome. I'm happy the way it looks. But yeah, that's a little update on there. Just throwing that update for you guys that everything is working. The T95 Mini is an awesome, you know, Raspberry Pi replacement for 28 bucks. And I'm gonna buy some more of them. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of stock up on them because I do want to use my Raspberry Pi as other things. Plus I want to stock up for just the case of if everything goes up again and everything raised again, I can have a stack of, you know, T95 minis I can use and throw in a printer, no problem. So yeah, but I just want to let you know, input shaper work, everything works, it's running good. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.